Hello and welcome back. This is Neon Enigma 16 and this is the third part of my Pokemon Red Let's Play. There have been a few issues trying to get the third episode out. I thought, like, my original idea, because this is mostly catching the Pokemon in the area and grinding the Pokemon, so they're about level 9. I was going to do a small kind of montage video, and basically the music that I was going to put on it is obviously copyright, so I was notified that there might be problems, so I decided not to use it, and I'm just going to do a normal video showing me catch all of them, which hopefully it will still be fine. If I'm lucky, I might end up using that idea later in the series. Watch out for its poison sting. That's the stats effects in this game. It's all the traditional ones: sleep, paralysis, poison, frozen and burnt, with sleep and poison affecting you outside of the actual battles. I'm not sure if freezing does, but I know, and paralysis does, but burn definitely doesn't. Or at least as much as I remember it doesn't. And this is the most badass character in any Pokemon games I've ever met, the old man. He's clearly just amazing. He gets to show us the most vital part of the Pokemon games, how to catch a Pokemon, with his Hulk Hogan hair. And it would be pretty cool if he actually had a better Pokemon like to catch, but anyway. I managed to catch it first try as well. Pretty lucky. First you need to weaken the target Pokemon. See, he doesn't even need to do that anyway. And there's a third potion here. I can't remember when I found that out about. I definitely know it went through the first times playing the game. But you get 3 potions pretty much start of the game without having to buy any. Catch Pokemon, expand your collection. The more you have, the easier it is to fight. Yes, it is. Route 2, yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to be trying to catch all the Pokemon that are in the area. And in the grass here, I think you can get Weedle, which, okay, well, straight away. Usually I end up getting Rattars here, but I will end up catching one of them as well. Just to fill the Pokedex. Because in this game, I don't think it happens in the later games, but you need to fill up your Pokedex so you can get certain items later in the game from Professor Oak's aides, which I think one of them is a HM, I don't know which one it is. One of them's Item Finder. No, we won't nickname him. I'm not going to actually use him as part of the party, he's just filling up. And some of them are kind of like off the track, like to the right where there's the tree that you can cut down later. Oh, a Pidgey, okay. Think there's one near there. We're going to end up using Pidgey as part of the team. I always use the first flying type. I think it's just convenient, so when I get fly I can pretty much use it instantly, instead of having to use have a HM slave with me, which I might use a HM slave a bit later for a little bit, but not as vital as it will be in some later games. I'll call it Rock. Oh, see. It's mythological bird. I can't remember where from. I think it was in a Sinbad movie as well once, but I could be wrong. So, what the other Pokemon in the area, I think Caterpie can get in this grass, or it might just be in the forest. There's Rattata, Spearow, and the male and female Nidoran, which I end up usually using one of them for my playthroughs. I just really think they're pretty cool, just aesthetically, and they have quite a varied moveset. Sorry about that, my dog's bargaining for a little bit. I think it's the post. Yeah. We won't be giving Rattata a name. There are no more in this little area, I think. Just go to the grass to the left that's near the Indigo Plateau, and I think that's where you can get Spearow and both Nidorans. We'll be returning to this area after we catch all the Pokemon and catch all the Pokemon around here and level up our Pokemon, because I think before and after each badge you can battle Ace or Blue, whatever you call him. So for later videos, probably before I go on to take take on a gym, I'll probably off screen get to this area and then I will battle Blue or Ace on camera for you to see, so you can see how his Pokemon level up each time, which you do end up meeting him a lot throughout the game anyway, so you get, I think he's the trainer you end up battling the most throughout all the games. Okay, go back to the area so we can catch the rest of the Pokemon in here. Now, that I remember that guy down there, I always thought he was supposed to be like a really mysterious character, which he has a secret. Like, there were lots of rumours about this game when it first came out, like what each individual person did, but it just turns out he has a TM. I think it's Dream Eater or something, which is pretty good for a few Pokemon. And like, unlike a lot of the later games, the bag is limited, so with like TMs like Dream Eater and stuff like that, most of them you end up having to put into your box or using them like straight away or something, which, I mean, I'm really happy in the later games they give you pretty much unlimited room. Nidoran I'm going to be using on my team, so I'm going to call him King Kong because later on he's Nidoking, so yeah. Weird theory of thinking. I'll just go back and heal my Pokemon. I really should be, although could be using the potions, but I just think it's obviously easier. It only takes like 10-20 seconds to walk back and heal. Although when it's like in a dungeon, then I'll be relying on potions, because it'll be a piss take if I keep going back. So this is probably going to be my team for a while. I don't think any Pokemon that I'll be wanting on my team is coming up soon, which means I'll be relying on these, and luckily they've got some varied move types, although against some Pokemon I'm going to be a bit weak. I don't really have anything to counter water. I'd have to be relying on Pidgey for that, which isn't necessarily that great, considering I'm not sure if Nidoran is ground type at the moment or if he's just poison. I can't remember too much, but Charmander definitely won't be end up using him for any of them. Although we're pretty much, like, when it comes to grass Pokemon, we pretty much got it in the bag. All of them are strong against them, so that should be pretty easy. And got King Kong to level 3. And I see this, the only annoying thing, keep walking backwards and forwards to heal the Pokemon. So, see, with most of the towns, I'm going to be going around all of them, showing you what there is, but this one there really isn't anything at all. I think there's a tiny little scroll that tells you about the stats effects, which I've already said about, and a girl's notebook, which tells you a bit more about the game, like beat all 8 gym leaders. To take on the league, you can have 6 Pokemon, or the obvious stuff like that. And there's a house which has I think dad and her, like his daughter, and their Pokemon that they've named, which is about it. And then the gym, which we can't go to at the moment, it's locked, which if you haven't played the game or you don't know, which I would be surprised, you'll find out why it's locked later on. But just going near the door ends up making you like move away from it, so they're pretty much making sure you don't get in whatsoever. So after this we'll end up going to Viridian Forest. Okay, Spearow, we haven't got that yet. See, I think during beginning of the game, Spearow is a lot stronger than Pidgey, like specifically with Peck, it's actually really strong. But later on, I think Pidgeot far outweighs Fearow. It's a lot stronger, and I think it just has better moveset, in my own opinion. Although I guess there could be arguments for each. I'm not sure if it's the next, like one of the next games, but I think Drill Peck, which is a really strong move, and I think Fearow can learn that, but Pidgeot can't. Although that could be Generation 3, I could be getting everything mixed up. Spearow the tiny bird eats bugs, and that's something in these games. They actually reference like real world a lot, like they mention bugs and worms in their Pokedex information, which is really odd and a little bit confusing. And then there are other references to real world, like Lieutenant Surge, the Lightning American. So I think at this time they, like during the first games, they really weren't sure what it was exactly, whether it takes place in the real world or not, which can be a bit confusing in some ways. Although as we see later games, they just completely lose that angle, everything is different. And hopefully we can find the female Nidoran soon. Gonna have to heal the Pokemon again. Now, as I said, I am going to try and, like, some of the bits in the game which you can't actually do without a little bit of, like, cheats or anything, or glitches being involved, like catching Mew. I will try and do that, just to show you the whole game, specifically. And I will be doing that for later games as well. So with Pokemon Gold, Silver or Crystal, I don't know which one. Getting the GS ball. And people in the Poké Center really don't tell you anything interesting. Just really obvious stuff. Although I do remember, like, first time playing, I was confused if the Poké Center actually cost money from your character, which obviously that guy says it doesn't. Yes it is, little boy, yes it is. And obviously we won't get cut for a little while. I think we get that in Vermilion City. Hopefully we can find a Nidoran soon. Okay. It's probably going to end up being a while. It's always one Pokemon that takes the cake. See, one thing, if anyone does know, like, I know about them, but I do get really confused. Like, if someone could explain the individual values and effort values. I understand, like, you get certain ones from certain Pokemon and stuff like that, but I just get a bit confused by it all, which I really shouldn't. Finally, female Nidoran. As I think this is the last Pokemon in the area that need to catch. I think it, I'm not sure if there's a Mankey in this area or if that's just Pokemon Yellow. I could be very, very wrong, because I just don't have that great memory when it comes to some things. Okay, and we've caught Nidoran, so that's pretty good. I think I'll be ending the video in a second. So thank you for watching. If you want more, please like, subscribe, and comment. See you next time. I will grind the Pokemon till I'm level 9, and see you.